Hey everybody, welcome to Fandomstuck Live. This is a live show for Will at Homestuck, an unserious class-specting adventure, but it is also a live show for the podcast Homestuck Adjacent by Kansas.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Bucky. I use they them pronouns. Uh,
My name is Janaya. I use she/her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Kansas. I also use they them pronouns.
So I'm going to go over some of the stuff that we did briefly, just so you know who we are and why we're qualified to tell you about the class specs of Fandomstuck fandoms, a thing that requires qualifications. I I host this podcast, Will at Homestuck, where we class spec non-Homestuck things, and I also do a fair amount of character analysis on my YouTube with some cool people. I'm also a writer and the director for New Game Plus, and I write for another game that Janaya is going to talk about. But first we have Kansas.
Hi, I'm Kansas. I faked my documents for class specting. I have a podcast called Homestuck Adjacent. It currently only has one episode in that format. It is about Half-Life VR AI. You can find that in places.
And then we have Janaya.
Hi, my name is Janaya. I actually have a PhD in class specting from a non-accredited online university. I also do a lot of writing on AO3. I do a lot of voice acting and stuff. You can find information about my projects on janayariley.com. And my big project right now is I'm the director for FriendSim 2 as well as the lead writer. So you can see information on that at friendsim2.com or at friendsim2 on Twitter or Tumblr.
Yeah. So, without further ado, today we are going to take a look at these classic Fandomstuck fandoms, and we are going to attempt to class spec them based on our 2021 hot opinions. We're gonna do Homestuck itself, Welcome to Night Vale, Super Hulock, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Gravity Falls, and Sonic. Which I hope we are all blasting back into a specific shade of blue. So I think basically the premise, if you haven't listened to Will at Homestuck before, which you are not obligated to do to understand what is going on here, we usually what we do is we take a piece of media, we all watch it, we come up with our own class specting opinions and character analysis opinions, and then when we get together to record the podcast, we all surprise each other with our opinions and then sort of come to conclusions. The same rules apply here. We do not know each other's analysis until we start talking about it on this panel, so this is going to be a surprise for everyone. And then we are going to try to come to a consensus. If we don't, we don't. And we're gonna try to hit roughly 10 minutes per guy. So per fandom, per gender neutral guy.
Quick question: are we going to do Dreaming Moons as well as class specs?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that, so that'll be off the dome, baby!
Ooh, I get to infect everyone with my ideas that are based in bullshit. Awesome.
Yep. Okay, that was everything I wanted to introduce. Hey, Samantha, that's my headphones. You can't eat that. My cat would like to say hi. Alright, so first up is, those of you who were around for classic Fandomstuck may notice that one of the inciting fandoms is missing. That's because we are not going to talk about Hetalia because it sucks and it's racist and disgusting and horrible and glorifies Nazis. We are not going to do that here. That's why it's not here. Don't ask about it. However, the original, for some history for those of you who have joined the Homestuck fandom recently, way back when it was for some reason more sociably acceptable to enjoy Hetalia, the Homestuck fandom who was not well liked for a variety of reasons, including but not limited to getting gray paint all over everything. Sarah Zed on YouTube has a great history of the Homestuck fandom video. Homestuck fandom wasn't very well liked. The Hetalia fandom had struck an alliance, and in our love for AUs, we had devised that we could take Homestuck and Hetalia and make the entire fandom's characters to represent that they cared about each other. And that snowballed quickly in 2012. So here we are today with our fresh retake on the class specs and personalities of these fandoms. I have been talking for a while. Janaya or Kansas, would you like to start with your opinions on what the Homestuck fandom is like, personality-wise?
I'll start this. I'll start this one because I have a brain blast one for our next one. So I'll start with my like basic ass take on Homestuck. So I see Homestuck as like it's a very large, or was a very large fandom. Now is not quite as large as it was, but as of like Fandomstuck, it was a very large fandom, very popular, very good at like motivating and getting people to do stuff. Very good at promoting creativity and whatnot. It has a lot of highly messy, highly problematic elements, but in spite of everything, it seems to attract a lot of like positive aspects, both in terms of like inspiring creativity and whatnot, and also in terms of just like attracting like queer and trans people in spite of everything. So where I was going with this is I have it as a sylph. A lot of the kind of like inspirational support, healing, creativity stuff, but not necessarily in an active way, more in like getting other people to do creative stuff. And I have it as a heart player because of all of the like feelings based stuff in Homestuck. Like we're very much about like feeling in the Homestuck fandom and like reacting to things for good and for bad. And I have it as a prospect dreamer just because fucking why not? No self-awareness in the Homestuck fandom. We're all about feelings and reaction.
I'm so surprised you picked Self, Jediah.
Yeah.
I know, I don't ever do that. Shut up.
I'll go next because I feel like mine does not hold as good arguments as anyone else might have. I chose Muse of Space because I was thinking about Calliope as a representation of the fandom and how I think that does really work. And I kind of just I had that idea and I just kind of stuck to that and couldn't think of anything else.
You guys were way more charitable than me. Charitable than me.
I was charitable? What?
I said rabid preteen on a sugar high with a questionable amount of allowance money to spend at the con, destined to crash and burn before reaching its true heights. Page of Doom.
Oh my god. God, I can kind of get behind Paige, especially if you track the Homestuck fandom like as a whole thing from like its inception to now, because it definitely has like a long developmental arc. So I could agree with Paige, to be honest. I'm gonna put my foot down on a Heart player, but definitely Paige I can get behind.
I like Heart a lot, especially because Homestuck has like a lot of theming about the self and like so many inserts and anthropomorphizations and like relations to music have come out of Homestuck.
Right.
But also like I think the Homestuck fandom has aged like a fine milk into a cheese that most of us find palatable. Shout out to Chatsy in the Sockon server.
Cheese chat for life.
Cheese chat for life.
It aged like when you try to make wine out of a bottle of grape juice, and it's like it's probably not safe to drink, but you do it anyway.
Oh yeah, that is 100% pure ethanol. It will blind you.
Do not drink the Homestuck Everclear.
God.
So, I didn't say Dreaming Moon. I'm inclined to agree with Prospit because Jake English is a Prospit dreamer.
I also agree with Prospit, but only because I project.
That's completely valid. I'm a Prospit dreamer as well.
I'm a Durst dreamer.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have any consensus on class and aspect?
Page of Heart Prospit?
I think that works.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Page of Heart Prospit.
Page of Heart Prospit. Janaya, could you just drop that in on the text chat for this voice call so I can like I might draw art of this later.
Yes, I can definitely do that.
Art of these.
All right, there we go.
Highly encourage people to draw Fandomstuck God tiers. That is extremely fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I like little God tiers.
Fandomstuck in general. Do some new fandom Jajinkas. I've been doing that.
If
That's
Kansas,
true, you have been.
If Kansas wasn't working their ass off to do illustrations for The Times Apprentice, which you should all go to this evening, I would have asked them to do Gajinkas for this, but Yeah, you were doing shit and also having your eyeballs be injured.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Night Vale right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, so the next one is Welcome to Night Vale, which is
Ooh.
I remember listening to pretty early on and enjoying it a lot. I had Waiting for the Bus in the Rain on my iPod in high school.
Mhm.
Sentences the
iPod.
debut. Uh and I'm already talking. I guess I'll take a stab at this first. Welcome to Night Vale is full of weird homosexuals. It's known for being obscure and mysterious, but maybe a little predictable, but not as predictable as you'd think. They are probably a monster fucker, or at least a monster appreciator, maybe a monster kisser. I think that they are a Durst dreamer, and I think that they are a bard of void.
Ooh, interesting. I like that.
Ooh, I like that.
I insist that Kansas go next because I have a very different take on this one.
All right, all right.
Daps those
I
words.
I went Zero Void. I think about like how the entire show is like it is an insight into this weird ass town, and
Mhm.
like you see it through the eyes of this one person who's narrating everything and like talking about it. And then I also like think about like the juxtaposition with Desert Bluffs, and so if I were doing a
Mhm.
Desert Bluffs one, I would make it like something of light just
Mhm.
to like contrast that. So I think Night Vale really exemplifies
I
that.
can't prove Jeremy Fink is a Homestuck, but that purple and yellow sure were color choices.
Yeah. Okay, so for Welcome to Night Vale, which is a podcast I have actually listened to a fair amount of. I think that there's a very like enigmatic nature to the show. There's a lot of like kind of the concept of hidden knowledge, the concept of like knowing about that hidden knowledge. You have a very singular perspective. You see everything primarily through, well, entirely through the perspective of this one main narrator character. And you learn more and more and more about this weird, mysterious world. The thing is, there's a character in Homestuck that fits this archetype, but doesn't have a class or an aspect, and that is Doc Scratch.
Oh shit.
I say it's a Doc Scratch type character, but less evil, like a mellow, chill Doc Scratch.
Professor Scratch.
Professor Scratch, if you will.
That is such a bold take, and I love it.
This is one that I actually had an opinion on, and I think that it works.
I
think
can hear my
I think
dog
it's
barking. I'm
correct.
so sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I think that's correct. I think if yeah, if the dog
Nice.
scratch.
This is my deal. I like occasionally have like really, really, really good ideas and can convince other people of them, and then the rest of it is just kind of shit posty.
Jesus fuck, sorry. I just heard my dog barking outside. Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. I did really like Professor Scratch, like in Funk My Thousands Fic before us. Yes. Sorry, I had to run to let my dog in because she was barking. I did really like Sierra Void actually. Like I said Bard because I thought that like the method of relaying this through a radio show and unobfuscating what was going on there for the benefit of others and like sort of slowly unraveling it. I was trying to make an argument for Bard, but I think Seer is more of an explicit like opening a window to the thing.
Yeah, I think if you gotta go with the class spec, like if you can't make it a non player type character, that I would agree with Sierra Void. I think the Scratch thing works for like the vibe of the show, but like again, if you're gonna go with a player character, I would go with Sierra Void. So
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna go with a class spec or not?
I did pet that dog. I would like to say yes, class spec, if only because I don't think that the Welcome to Night Vale fandom itself is any more like omnipotent or string pulley than
yeah. That's
any
fair.
other fandom.
Okay, well, you all heard my awesome big brain take, and it's on the record now. So yeah, I go with Sierra
Yeah.
Boy. That's a good one.
I think, and this is what was fun about the part twos. I think it entirely depends on what sort of story you want to tell with these class specs or with these
Oh,
characters.
absolutely. And
I
I think we can all agree it's a Durst streamer.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
And
Purple.
it's purple. It's purple and
Purple.
it's a
It's
mood.
purple. That's what determines your dreaming mood.
I think that Welcome to Night Vale as a fandom stuck has the one that is class spec, and then they have an alter version, which is a terrifying, omnipotent non.
Yes. That's like more like in
That's
universe,
lore.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lore. Exactly.
Uh,
All right.
okay.
Cool.
Next, so we mushed Super Hulock into one thing because that's how it was present around the time Phantom Stuck was popular. It was just sort of like if you watched one, you were going to inevitably get sucked into the other two because they were just like that was the big. They were the big three,
Yeah,
for lack of
exactly.
a better term.
So I've got one.
Yes, you're going first
Yes.
this time.
I'm going first this time because I had a lot of trouble with this one until I decided I would break it down into individual ones and like and from there. So for Supernatural, I got Prince of Doom, Doctor Who, Heir of Time, uh, Sherlock, Mage of Mind, and I
Ooh.
pushed those together to make a Mage of Time because all three of them sort
Oh,
of deal
nice.
like an unraveling of like mysteries and understanding things, and I think that like time, like there's timelines obviously with Doctor Who, and like sort of a similar thing going on with Sherlock, where like you unravel the mystery by figuring out how things happened, and
Yeah.
then with Supernatural, like I lean more into like the time as like an omen of death.
Tuesday, pick it up, poke.
That.
Yeah, that's good. I also broke them down into three components because like I conceptualized it in a way that was related. I didn't think about them as one, so like I guess if we're gonna do it as a singular one, we can talk about that. But what I had is actually a cherub pair and then the like Lord English equivalent. So I have Supernatural and Doctor Who as a Lord of Space, Prospit, and a Muse of Time, Durst. Doctor Who got to do the time thing, legally required to do the time thing. But like basically, I saw so the Supernatural. What I have is the one piece of evidence for Lord of Space is that Misha Collins' profile picture exercises direct control over reality.
Intriguing.
And
Okay.
Doctor Who, as a muse of time, inspiring creation through time, Doctor Who is one of the longest running fandoms in existence. It has inspired so much creativity and so much like engagement over such a long period of time. That's why I gave them that instead of the Lord of Time, like right there. Why didn't you just pick it, Janai? It was right there. And then the one for Sherlock, I said Sherlock is the Lord English equivalent, and my entire reasoning is, and this is a direct quote from my notes, because fuck you, that's why. I don't have any actual reasoning for that. If you want to jam them all together, I think Kansas thought about this a lot, and I will just defer to their explanation.
See, okay, so I my notes are as follows: fearsome, intimidating, omnipresent. You make a post and they're already commenting with gifs. Lord of Time.
Yep.
They are already here. And that is the most thing about Super Hulock is that they are all over the place. They are already here, and they will not shut the fuck up.
My god!
I definitely think the Lord of Time thing was good, but I think it applies to them as a unit.
Muse of Time was what I said for Doctor Who. Yeah.
Oh, I just think all three together are just yes.
Oh, you mean
Lord
all
English.
three together? Okay, yeah.
As much as I'd love to take power away from this fandom and make them a Mage of Time, I really, really like the Lord of Time for all of it.
Yeah, if you're gonna singularly like pull it all together, I think Lord of Time is probably the best singular aspect.
If you fuse together three fandoms, you get a master class. I think that's just how it works.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is the Super Hulock and like She-Ra Steven universe
Oh god.
insert third show here that not Gravity Falls, Owl House,
Owl House.
Nebulous favorite LGBTQ friendly cartoon pick of the week in the third slot.
Infinity Train.
Infinity, I guess. Is Super Hulock and that other pairing not the Caliborn and Calliope approach to how to interact with your fandom?
Oh my god. We have in chat, Super Hulock is an ultimate self fandom.
Fuck, you're right.
NPC
my
arts
god.
is right.
Oh, so I think so if we're going with Lord of Time as like the base class spec, then this would be like the ultimate self version of the Lord of Time.
So yeah, Lord English.
Lord English, yeah, just Lord English.
I love how Welcome to Night Vale
given-
wasn't allowed to be Doc Scratch, but Super Hulock was allowed to be Lord English. I guess it's because it's a fusion.
It's a fusion.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know, it's a
and
fusion.
Stephen Moffat is involved in 2/3 of it, so
What
it's
musical
on the
instruments
nose.
represent each? No, actually, I can't make that joke because then I'll inevitably get into the racist bullshit Sherlock pulled in one of its episodes of the music. Fuck Stephen Moffat!
Yeah, no, that's not a good person.
Well, on that note, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, a much less disgusting and highly
so we're
less
going-
contentious fandom.
Wait. So Super Hulock, we're going with Lord of Time. What Dreaming Moon, though?
All of them.
All of them,
Prospect.
both Dreaming Moons.
Both of them.
Yeah, I'd say Prospect is pretty.
His-
The
Super Hulock Dreaming Moon is actually Skaya.
Oh my god.
God damn it. No Dreaming
Fuck
Moon
it.
for you. Fuck you.
No Dreaming Moon.
Whatever the fuck Solix has going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna write that verbatim. Whatever the fuck Solix has going on there.
All right. So, much less contentious, much more obviously child-friendly, and not at all
Right.
destroyed by adult intervention fandom. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Yeah, definitely.
A simple one.
Fuck, I guess we're back to Janaya going first?
Yeah, okay, cool. This one is another one that I have engaged with, not the fandom, but the show itself. I've watched a lot of it. This one is kind of like I do know enough about the fandom. I think I could kind of talk about it. So like overall, very positive, very like friendly, very upbeat show. The messaging of the show itself is very very positive, but there's sort of like a dark side to the fandom itself. And I have LGBTQIA. I'm sure this means something as a note. I think that like the fandom as a whole has the kind of like long tail development of like a page character. Oh shit, I'm giving it the same class spec as the previous one. I said Page of Heart, but you know what? I'm gonna go with. So My Little Pony inspires, again, another show that inspires a huge amount of creativity. Like you see stuff like Ponytown, a lot of conventions and stuff. So I'm actually going to argue that it is a muse, the ultimate like inspirational class spec. And I'm going to say Muse of Space. Why not?
You know what? I was like questioning Muse for a second, but then I remembered that HawkCon literally inspired SawCon. So like,
I'm gonna say Muse of Space. It's that ultimate inspirational to create class, and Prospect Dreamer. You got to be Prospect Dreamer.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah. Who's going next?
I guess I'll go because I continue to have these highly uncharitable reads. I had a different read that was My Little Pony itself, like both the fandom and the television show, was forever changed by fan reactions and contributions. It took on a lot of the way that people reacted to it and engaged with it. Including Doctor Who. Somebody mentioned Doctor Who's fan invention showed up in the show. However, it sort of grew up to be sort of shady really quickly. Particularly the fandom. It wields a stupid amount of money somehow, but can't stop falling for these like widespread scams. There were multiple like brony convention scams. There's been multiple web projects that have gone all over the place. Like if you look at somebody's channel where like there are YouTubers that talk about like fandom history, there's like multiple brony scams. kind of thought that like that association with like money and with like inheriting the problems of the of like the fandom and the things around them made them an heir of life.
Ooh, interesting. That is very interesting. I'm curious to hear Kansas's take, but
Yes.
I like
Okay.
that one.
So I did a pretty literal read of sort of the whole like conception of My Little Pony. Friendship is magic, so Witch of Blood. Literally like bonds and like relationships and like yeah.
Nice. I feel like that makes way more sense for the show, like what the show is. I think God I
where I was
really like Bucky's take.
I don't have as good of a read of like
right. Yeah, me neither. That's good though. I do like the air of life for the fandom though. That works pretty well.
Also, I would say Durst.
You're a streamer. Interesting. Why? What is your reasoning?
Partially balance it out, but also partially because I don't know. The fandom definitely had its like. I still have not actually watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but I was on the like meme base I Can Have Cheeseburger My Little Pony forum message board spin-off. And I kept up with that for a long time, so I know a lot of season 1 memes despite having never seen the television show, and I interacted a lot with the fandom, and like there definitely was like a push to like I remember the meme like I'm gonna love and tolerate the shit out of you. Like there was a lot of like push for having a more positive fandom, but it always had this like cynical undertone that sort of like grew stronger and stronger the longer the fandom went on, and the more like the more people were just rude and harassed the people who created the show. I think they drove off the creator. Like
wow,
it got cynical, and I think that it's a Durst streamer.
So actually, that kind of like that does sort of track with like some of the stuff I'm aware of for like fan content, because you've got like fucking like Fallout Equestria where there's like these almost like grimdark versions of the show.
I've read like 2/3 of it. I read that before I played
a lot of that kind of stuff, and that's I just remembered that was a thought I was having like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, okay, and I don't even like I hadn't even remembered why I was thinking about Durst for it, but then like I remembered, like they like My Little Pony should have like a grimdark mode if like this were a thing, and like the fandoms are each doing their thing. I think the most likely to go grimdark would be My Little Pony because of all of that like really shit that the fandom makes.
I mean,
I could get behind Durst streamer, absolutely.
There was absolutely an outpouring of like shocking content, not just explicit in terms of like sexually explicit, but explicit in terms of like graphic stuff. And we don't need to get into it, but like there was, I remember like the Cupcake Factory or like Pinkie, couple screenshots of Pinkie Pie caused God. Yeah, Pinkie Pie specifically is like the character that the fandom selected to go grimdark. MLP does feel like it's grimdark by default at this point.
Yeah, that's
Rainbow
true.
Factory Cupcake Smile HD. Yeah,
that's right. Thank you.
Hey, if you're a child in this chat, which you shouldn't be because this is an 18+ channel, don't search any of those things on YouTube unless you want to see really horrible things. I highly recommend you don't do that.
Don't do that. Also, get out of chat. You're a child.
Yeah. Mostly because I say the fuck word a non-zero amount. Okay, so posture check. I'm sitting on my peats.
I'm good. I'm sitting in a chair.
I was doing bad posture, so I'm fixing that.
Also, Daft does raise a good point. The nature of corporate art is such that My Little Pony was not... My Little Pony had a lot of fan engagement similar to Homestuck, but did not react to it the same way Homestuck did, because it was a corporate piece of art and not an indie webcomic.
Right. Yeah, I could definitely agree with Durst Dreamer, and I don't know, I like Arab Life. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that does actually fit the fandom pretty well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ugly color palette though.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll just make it pink. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go. As someone pointed out, that Pinkie Pie is like perpetually in trickster mode. So yeah, you can just go
Yeah,
with that.
That's why
Just
Pinkie Pie's a Gamzee.
go fucking trickster mode, and then you're good color wise anyway.
Pinkie Pie is a Gamzee. Okay,
Shoot.
Gravity Falls. Who's
I love the show.
Are we going to do Infinity Train? No. Well, okay. The Will at Homestuck itself has 3 episodes on Infinity Train, but we are doing the 6 fandoms we announced at the top in this one.
Yeah.
Specifically, I picked stuff that was around in like 2012.
Mhm.
I'm stuck.
Okay, so I think I'm starting for this one. Gravity Falls.
Yes.
Gravity Falls ended. I put before its time. I don't think it necessarily ended before its time, but there was definitely Alex Hirsch intended to do more with this television show. The fandom itself definitely loves its puzzles and it loves its AUs, and they had an ARG that went a smidge better than ours. I think what strikes me the most about Gravity Falls is like that Gravity Falls included a lot of like in-universe ARG puzzle sort of stuff, both the puzzles in the credits and the like actual ARG that were like treasure hunt thing that happened at one point, I believe.
Yeah.
Also had like an outpouring of like specific scenario AUs, like the Reverse Pines AU, or where Dipper and Mabel swapped places with Pacifica and Gideon, or that's the one that's coming to mind right now. But like I recall a lot of Gravity Falls AUs. Also recall some overlap with the Homestuck fandom, such as Walt Ribeiro's orchestral covers did a Gravity Falls cover along with the rest of the along with a bunch of Homestuck tracks. Basically the way that they're interested in like knowing stuff and information, and like it wasn't a very I don't know if I'd say intellectual fandom, but it's also one of the fandoms I've seen a lot of like fan art that looks very similar to the show. Probably because it's a Disney product. I gave it Mage of Light.
Ooh, I do like that.
Really good.
Who's next on this one?
Is it order?
Maybe Kansas should talk on it, because I think Kansas, you like engage with it probably more than I have. Which is like
gosh.
none.
I was watching Gravity Falls until like 11 p.m. last night because I was having such a hard time trying to class back to this fandom. I was like researching, watching a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, trying to get like a better idea and like figure out what the hell, because the only thing like I had for like a couple weeks was just like the idea of mind, and like I wasn't even totally sure about that. Gave up and said Mage of Mind. Originally my thoughts about mind were like it revolves around like individual like perceptions of reality and like different choices that you make, sort of how those affect your relationships, and also like the entire idea of like the mindscape and then like invading one's mind and stuff, though I'm not totally sure at this point how well that connects to the Homestuck aspect of mind. I just was it was stumping me real hard, so I just gave it Mage of Mind and gave up.
So I don't have a lot of knowledge of the Gravity Falls fandom, although the stuff Bucky talked about with like the puzzles and all that is definitely like stuff I'm at least aware of. I do like Mage, so I had it as Maid of Doom originally, like not really sure what I was like. This was the one that I was like, I don't fucking know. So I do like the Mage a lot. Like that's cool. There's definitely like that sort of puzzle solving, figuring your shit out kind of thing going on that mages are sort of about. God. Honestly, like I can kind of see it going either way with like knowledge versus like the mind, like self-awareness in the sense of like rational thinking. I kind of be inclined to go with Mage of Light, like Bucky was saying, because you've got so many of these like knowledge-based puzzles and secrets in the show and little like hidden Easter eggs and stuff like that. So like I think that there's like more like a sort of like knowledge in the broad narrative sense of the word rather than like rational thinking is more like defined. So yeah, I'd agree with Bucky that it's a Mage of Light. Dreaming Moon, kind of gonna go with Durst on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Class in relation to narrative positioning. Yeah. O Pacifica. What was it? I really like Esther's aspect essay, and I am partial to optimistic duelist class definitions, if only because I personally found the way that Zero Pacifica arranged the classes to like the way they related to each other to kind of just reconstruct the class system again, which is not a bad thing. I think that her analysis is spot on. I just think that the way she arranged it doesn't work as well with my category brain. But I highly recommend both of Zero Pacifica's essays. What was I gonna say? I can see Mind. I can definitely see Mind, but I think that the light in terms of fortune and knowledge and because they kind of got screwed they've gotten screwed in the fortune department a few times, which I think is relevant to the Phantom. Yeah. I don't know. I'm inclined to agree with.
Yeah. I'd be down with Mage of Light, Durst Dreamer if we are all in agreement. Dope.
Also, a lot of people were cynical as fuck about Mabel. I'm just gonna make that the Durst trait.
True.
Because I'm salty.
Yeah.
She's a 12-year-old girl. She is a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
up.
up.
Who she is? Come on.
Mabel is the Vriska of Gravity Falls? Question mark? Is Mabel the Vriska of Gravity Falls?
More time than we have.
We can't do this right now. People were very sexist to Mabel.
Gravity Falls.
Yeah, they were.
God. All right. I think this is our last one. Sanic.
I think Kansas is first on this one.
I think Kansas is first on this one.
Good, because I didn't really try with this one. I just gave it Knight of Breath because the character Sonic itself is a Knight of Breath, and that's irrefutable. And I really don't know anything about Sonic at all, or its fandom. I really only have, as an example, Crow. That's not,
nice.
That's not a good example of the entire fandom, I don't think.
And Jay and Uber a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
And Jan too.
And
Jan's
Jan.
a big Sonic fan. I'll let Bucky go next because I think I actually have a coherent one for this one. So I'm gonna.
I also think I have a decent one.
Okay.
So the Sonic fandom is also similar to the Homestuck fandom in the sense that it is a fandom that's had a lot of fans elevated to creator status, specifically through the IDW comics. They've also been around forever, and there's also just like a lot of shitpost parodies. There's a lot of people who just like take the characters and sort of run with it in a very loose and tangential way, and a lot of sonas, like Sonic sonas and Hedgehog sonas, and like just stuff set in the Sonic universe have a lot of sonas. I would not say that they are so much here. They are not so much long-suffering like the Homestuck fandom, so much as they are here for a good time and a long time. I gave them Night of Hope.
Ooh. So I had a very, very similar take to you. So like the Sonic fandom is not one I'm part of, but I know a lot of people in it, and I know a lot about it. And it's a very long fandom, like back to when I was a kid. So I've always kind of like been aware of it and like what they were about. So the fandom itself has been around for fucking ever. They've endured a lot of changes and shifts in the media. In spite of all of that, they've remained vibrant. They've remained one of the more like active fandoms. And as Bucky pointed out, they have elevated a lot of their members to creator status. They seem to be immune to bad media. I mean, like Sonic 06 exists, and yet the fandom is still trucking. Like they'll just kind of like plow right through whatever crap is out there and just be like, nah, we're just gonna do something else. I did have them as a Hope player. I have them as a Prospect Dreamer, but I think that the way that the fandom interacts with itself and its media, they are a rogue of Hope. They kind of like take what they can out of the fandom and give it to all the other members of the fandom, and it doesn't matter what the official content is doing. Like the official content for Sonic is usually pretty like positive about their fandom, but like it doesn't matter to the fandom. They're going to do their shit regardless. So that's where I went with it.
I love that.
I do love that. Sonic the Hedgehog is immune to bad video games, and like,
Yes.
I've just watched like the Sonic fandom bolster many of my friends when they are not feeling super hot, and it's just sort of like a big welcoming bath
Right.
of
Hedgehog. It combines some of the more positive aspects of the furry fandom with like video game fandoms in a way that I don't think I've seen anywhere else, which is really interesting. Not to say it's 100% good all the time, but like as a whole, it's a pretty positive fandom. So
yeah,
hell yeah.
And Prospect, right?
Yeah,
and Prospect.
Absolutely.
There's
Sonic is fucking bright gold when he got the Chaos Emeralds.
yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, I picked Knight because of Sonic pretty much, but like Rogue, just like Sonic being the Roxy of Fandomstuck is good shit. Actually,
that's really good. That's actually perfect.
I mean, Archer in chat, I know I haven't seen the discourse, and I know the fandom can be like garbage, but also like there's more positive elements of the Sonic fandom than I think a lot of other fandoms. Like every fandom has discourse and bullshit. And like Sonic does inspire a lot of fan creativity and like stuff like the amount of fan games and the fact that the official content like bounces off of that rather than trying to like make it not exist anymore like fucking Nintendo does. So like I think that there's an undercurrent of that like hope player thing. I know there's fandom discourse, but like as a whole element, I don't think that like defines the Sonic fandom as maybe as much as some of the other fandoms out there.
Like they definitely sustained themselves through sheer power of will through Sonic 06. So
Sonic 06, Sonic Boom, lot of not great games.
Yeah. What do you mean the Sonic Boom television show is great, Shania? Crow's going to eat me alive. I shouldn't say that, that'll tempt them.
I mean, yeah, no. So, yeah, fuck.
Roxy does have classic consoles in their room and their games. Fuck, okay,
they do.
We've been going for 45 minutes, and we have, like, another 45 minutes, don't we?
We do. We have time left, which means we can do other adjacent things.
Do we want to try to do a part 2?
You want to do a Rush part 2?
We definitely
wait. There is a part. There is a tradition that we have to address first.
Oh shit, you're right.
Who is
the shipping? No.
Who is the? Well, no. Okay, we can do shipping too, but who's the Vriska?
Let's look at the whole list here. I have 2 picks, but I'll let somebody else go first.
Well, I'd say Super Hulock, but we already established Super Hulock is the
Calibur.
The Calibur.
Yeah, that one. So I think I'd have to say that Homestuck would be the Vriska.
Homestuck is kind of the Vriska.
I have to agree with you. Vriska is the Homestuck.
Nobody else is as...
Homestuck is the Vriska, you know what I mean.
The Vriska of Fandomstuck is just Vriska.
Vriska, yes.
Vriska is there.
The only fandom that has actual Vriska in it.
I mean, nobody else is as bombastic and controversial and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like there's a vibe there.
Now that I'm not 15, I would say that there's stuff that I find lacking in terms of the LGBTQ representation in Homestuck, but it is there, and it wasn't censored by Disney, and it wasn't LMAO featured only in the Spanish dub LOL, and Welcome to Nightville also has explicitly queer rap that is maybe
that is true, yeah,
but they're not controversial.
There's another point I think that kind of goes toward the Homestuck being not only the Vriska of this group, but like Vriska in the like canonical Homestuck sense of the word, which is that like Homestuck is very concerned with narrative in a lot of ways. Like there's a lot of discussion about like the nature of narrative and what that means and like how it fits into like the fandom has its whole thing with like the fandom narrative and like what's canon and what's acceptable, and then like how that relates to itself. Like there's so many times where Homestuck wants to be the main character of the Homestuck fandom.
Yeah.
In like various ways, both like people within the fandom or like official content. And like I think that it's got a very like Vriska kind of wrestling over the narrative control type of vibe going on within it, what it is.
Yeah, nobody else ran a $2.4 million Kickstarter that had an outcome.
Yes, it did.
There was an outcome to that Kickstarter.
There was an outcome to that Kickstarter. I mean, like for good or bad, Homestuck has left and I mean, all of these have left marks on the internet, but like Homestuck has this very, very specific, like indelible mark that it's left on the internet.
It's left a gray smear on the internet.
A gray smear on the internet, exactly. Like, yeah, it like Vriska has left a very specific impact, which is sometimes good and sometimes not, but it's definitely there.
So how do we ship these motherfuckers?
Oh my god. Fuck. I don't know.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
There's something there. I don't know what, but there is something going on between Welcome to Night Vale and Gravity Falls because they're both the towns, mystery, weird towns. They're
weird towns.
Pitch, right?
I don't know what yet.
It's gotta be Pitch, right? It's much more interesting if it's Pitch, right?
Wait.
Oh,
so
yeah,
someone,
no,
so
because I'm sorry. Because,
go.
because Welcome to Night Vale is like just says everything matter of fact, but is really, really ominous. Is like, are you going to question that weird thing? That really weird thing that you just said? No. But Gravity Falls is like, I need to investigate this weird thing. I feel like there's conflict there that would be very good for Kismesis.
Yeah, no, I could get behind that, absolutely.
Either Pitch, Pale Vacillation, or just Ashen. And I think Sonic is probably the third leaf. Sonic has the least stake in
Sonic is the auspicious between the two. Okay, so here's my one of mine. I say MLP and Sonic are mate spreads.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of connection there.
F for F, furry for furry.
Yeah, exactly.
I can make that joke because I'm trans.
For. Yeah.
Fuck.
Who loves Homestuck Kismesis?
Homestuck spades everybody, dude. Homestuck is a big pitch slut.
Yeah. And that's why we're an 18 plus stream.
And that's why we're an 18 plus stream.
Say shit like that.
I mean I don't know, dude. I've been here for 9 fucking years. Like that's what the Homestuck fandom has been doing.
No, that's legit.
Where is Danganronpa? I unfortunately do not have enough experience with Danganronpa to even remotely guess.
I have engaged with Danganronpa the games, but I don't know anything about Danganronpa the fandom. That's the problem.
I don't know anything about the fandom or the show, but I'm just gonna say, Bard of Rage.
Sure.
That fandom, I think.
Kamina Handshake Gamsey being the character. Danganronpa is contemporary with what we're discussing.
Yeah, it is.
I thought we would take longer. No.
Yeah, no. We've been going for about an hour or so. Okay, but I think we should at least like give a shot at doing a little bit of a mini session because we've got all these fandoms that all coexist with each other. They're all contemporary to each other.
Do you guys remember those edits of the Andrew Hussey Andrew Hussey self-insert with David Karp from like 2011, 2012? Do you guys remember that? Because
no.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was just edits of like Andrew Hussey's little orange iteration of himself, but looking like David Karp, the owner of Tumblr. Because we were talking about a session. I was like, David Karp mails copies of Suburb to the Fandomstuck Kajinkas.
Yeah.
Daft! Yes, but I'm saying no because I hate you. I love you too, Daft.
Uh-huh. So are we all like, are they all coming from, I don't think they're all coming from the same session though, because we've got this Super Hulock Lord of Time. I think the Super Hulock is like in its own like doomed session, and it, like very much like the
Yeah,
Caliborn thing where
I
they have
think
to
that
break out. Yeah.
Super Hulock is the lone survivor of their session.
Yeah, yes. So they're the only one left after, because we already had like a bunch of discussion about like the different component class specs. So that after that is they are the lone survivor in their session after the reckoning, where they have to fight Stephen Moffat goes you know,
Yes.
they
Hell
managed to
yes.
kill Stephen
Hell yes.
Moffat, but
Yes.
in the session, for legal purposes, this is a joke related to fucking Homestuck. They managed to defeat Stephen Moffat, and then but they everyone else is dead, so they can't like do anything.
The fictional character Stephen Moffat, like the
The
fictional
fictional
character
version
Andrew
of
Hussey.
Stephen Moffat, yes.
Yeah. God, all right. I am sort of thinking of like a almost like a Wreck-It Ralph sort of interface where they can like beam to other parts of the internet. Or what was that webcomic?
Well, wait. No, there. It's not just other parts of the internet. It's other parts of Tumblr specifically.
Specifically other parts of Tumblr. It's Wreck-It Ralph was that specific shade of blue.
Right.
Alt Moffat.
Old Moffat.
No.
Ava's Demon. Oh, I was just seeing somebody who did like I saw somebody who like did voice acting for an Ava's Demon dub or something.
Yeah.
Megalovania is a Homestuck song. Okay, Grandpa, go back to bed. What do you mean Megalovania is from Smash?
God. But yeah,
Yes,
and then I guess we've got the others that aren't Super Herlock, maybe all entering together.
Planets. We haven't done planets on an episode in a long time.
Hmm.
Now I need to go look at what we wrote down. That's probably because it's difficult.
Yeah. I think Sonics would look like Green Hills.
Yes. Planet of something and emeralds. I don't know. Do we have a name convention for Hope players? I know like the space players is always something and frogs. We don't have a space player. Ooh, we don't have a space player. This session is so fucked.
Yep.
There's the problem with lands is that like
hills.
Lands are incredibly thematic and have to do with like the specific class spec and journey, and that was always a big deal.
I might do something for this at another time. Just like draw some pictures.
Nice.
Throw those into the Will It Homestuck server.
Steven Universe has not come up. It is a little too young, actually.
Yeah, a bit too young for this.
Steven Universe is like a grub. Steven Universe is a grub.
If Steven Universe had appeared at the same time as the other Fandomstuck things, Fusion would be much more central of a point in it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I remember it cropped up later. I remember it sort of like in the dying embers of the Fandomstuck fandom in like 2014-15. It came up, but it didn't. Oh,
so that would be the so Steven Universe is like the Ecto clone, like at the end of this whole thing.
Yeah,
that was made to like carry things onward. I guess.
If we were to, if so, this is a failed session. So when they scratch their session, who takes over for them? Who are these characters the Guardians for? I think that's a better question than lands.
Yes. Okay. So we've got Steven Universe.
No, we've got.
I'm going to say Steven Universe, Danganronpa. Let's say Danganronpa comes in at that point. Who else? Undertale.
Yes. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
Undertale is the direct descendant of Homestuck.
She-Ra.
Yes. Yeah, She-Ra reboot. So we have those are our new. Okay, so which characters are Guardians for which?
Kit's right, Magnus Archives.
Oh yeah.
Would take over for Night Vale.
Magnus Archives is the descendant of Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
doing Descendants now.
Infinity Train for Gravity Falls for Sherzies.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Sonic I'm having trouble with because my brain is just going Friday Night Funkin', and that's not on
I
the
think
same
that's allowed.
scale.
We can do that.
You know
think we
what?
can do that
Fuck
one.
it.
Yeah.
I think that Friday Night Funkin' like has the
As a
same
typical-
kind of like relationship between like its fandom versus its creator, where it's like the creator is definitely like pretty involved with the fandom, has some like problematic elements, but like the fandom just kind of like persists in spite of that and is very, very popular. So Friday Night Funkin' I think would work for that.
Oh, the Adventure Zone, I'm surprised I haven't thought
Interesting.
of. Could be
Ooh.
somewhere in there. Somebody said Critical Role, but I think the Adventure Zone, in terms of just like sheer fandom power, sort of.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
the Adventure
Critical
Zone
Role.
is. I'm gonna say the Adventure Zone is associated with Homestuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in terms of scope and scale, and just like all of the weird shit with like issues with the creators and like the back and forth of the fandom. I think that it kind of fits. So Friday Night Funkin' is Sonic. Adventure Zone is Homestuck, and that leaves us with who would My Little Pony's descendants be?
Well, I'm thinking because we said Undertale as an option, and I think like maybe if Undertale wasn't for Homestuck, it could be for My Little Pony. Since
I could go with Undertale
Yes.
for My Little Pony. Like I think that it has that like underlying current of positivity that is in the work that isn't necessarily present in Homestuck, but definitely is present in MLP.
It blew up in popularity to an insane degree, and there's also like a level of intense cringe along with it. And also like weirdness, darkness, but also like the media itself is pretty positive.
I would like to add a late addition to this session that could be a character that maybe didn't succeed, but you could add to My Little Pony to produce Undertale. Which is the Lorax fandom, and specifically the Onceler fandom. I would be remiss if I didn't mention it at Crow's Convention.
Oh my god.
I'm going to allow this.
That's where the NPC Arts is right. And My Little Pony didn't have as many prolific AUs as Undertale did, but the Onceler fandom sure did.
It did have a lot of AUs. Oh my god. Yeah. Onceler fandom scratches into Undertale AU fandom. Okay, so we've got like offshoots. We've got like the Onceler fandom and the AU timeline for Undertale and another like universe.
If we're gonna go troll wise, where the descendants have like mixed features, or not mixed features, like blended characteristics, anyways, the way that Terezi and Vriska come from like Arania and maybe Mina or whatever, like yeah. I think My Little Pony and the Onceler fandom did a little Kamehameha and produced Undertale.
So we've got some kind of like My Little Pony Onceler fandom bright fusion nonsense going on to produce Undertale. Nice.
What music do they dance to? Discord. Why am I asking?
Come on.
It's a mashup. No, it's a mashup of Discord,
and
the remix, and How Bad Can I Be? Yes, absolutely.
Dude, oh god.
Where's JoJo Funk McLovin? Where is JoJo Funk McLovin? JoJo, I need you.
God, I noticed that our viewing audience dropped the hell off when we started talking about the Onceler fandom.
Damn. Well, it's not my fault people are cowards.
Oh my god.
Yes. The ones that are staying behind are the loyal fans.
You guys have been in the fucking trenches. What about Hazbin Hotel? God damn it.
No.
God damn it. She started in fucking Gravity Falls. God damn it, motherfucker. You're right.
That's like a fucking that's like an alternate timeline or something, like a Doom timeline version of Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is to Hazbin Hotel as Eridan is to Cronus.
Yeah. There you go.
Bill Cipher, Alistair. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you get it.
You're right. You are right.
God, this blows, but in a good way. That's the service I like to provide.
That is the vibe that we have going here.
How bad
This-
can I be?
this
I'll
is,
just do
I
what comes
think-
naturally.
Oh my god. I think this is the first episode we've done where we had descendants, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Maybe?
Maybe I don't.
Or it's been a while.
It's been a
If
long
not, it's
time.
been a long time.
Well, I mean, we had a lot to work with. A lot
Oh
of
yeah, no. Well,
We've-
the fact that you have other fandoms that kind of like pick up where other fandoms leave off is like it works. It works really well.
Like there's an entirely separate tree that like includes SpongeBob and Phineas and Ferb and redacted television show from Nickelodeon, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like there's so many different
Owl House.
Owl House.
Yeah.
Is it really a Will It Homestuck episode if you don't yell at your screen at least once without thinking about it? Highly recommend our episode on Hamilton.
Yes.
For that experience.
Watch the video version. Watch the video version on
Watch the
YouTube.
video
It's
version.
got really good visuals.
I'm Ribiotics in chat. I grip you. You are. I still owe you a Voltron episode session if I can stomach watching Voltron again.
Oh my god, Fanboy and Chum Chum just got a mention in our chat.
Chum Chum.
Oh my god, we are running ourselves through the ringer
I'm going through
today.
all the stages of grief.
God, Voltron, Jesus Christ.
I
Affectionate.
I was extremely attached to the Voltron fandom when it was airing, but I tried to go rewatch it recently, and I got so mad about Hunk in the first episode and a half that I had to shut it off and go lie down.
We have a request for a recap of Class Bex in chat. Yes, we have Homestuck is a Page of Heart, a Prospect Dreamer. Night Vale is a Seer of Void, a Durst Dreamer. Super Hulock is a Lord of Time. Without a Dreaming Moon, we have whatever the fuck Socks has going on. My Little Pony is an Heir of Life and a Durst Dreamer. Gravity Falls is a Mage of Light and a Durst Dreamer. And Sonic is a Rogue of Hope and a Prospect Dreamer. And then we have a bunch of Descendants that we didn't class spec because we're probably not going to have time to do that much.
I will real quick. Can I just paste this in?
You
No,
can paste
damn
it
it.
in. No.
I was trying to paste an image in. God, whatever. Back to the slideshow. Whatever.
Animal Crossing, yeah. There's so many fandoms that like
Animal
relate to
Crossing.
each other.
Animal Crossing doesn't have a plot.
Animal Crossing is like a consort. Animal Crossing is one of the consorts.
Animal Crossings is a consort. Good.
Animal Crossing is an acadile, if you will.
Fuck it, he's an acadile. Animal Crossing is Skya, and
yeah. There you go.
the
Tom Nook is I don't know, the White Queen. I don't know where I'm going with this.
little carapations go.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Carapations are people in fursuits. The ends.
Yes.
Sorry, Mafa.
They're
Tom
all
Nook
wearing.
is the-
Tom Nook is Spade Slick.
Would
Yes.
Harry Potter be an
Wait, no,
ancestor?
no.
Harry Potter gets ritually burned at the stake
wait.
for being a
Red is
turf.
Spade Slick.
Who's Spade Slick?
Red.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Who is Blathers? Who is Blathers in this AU?
CD?
Yeah.
Clubsters.
Nice. Yes. Oh my god. We're not going to talk about Harry Potter because
God.
J.K. Rowling is a horrible turf.
We are all transgender here, so
Yeah. As much as I would love to, nah, fuck her and her weird fandom. Not the fandom itself being weird, but like her work. To clear that up, there's a lot of awesome people in the fandom.
yeah. Damn, I sure am glad Harriet Potter is a transgender woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the famous Chuck Tingle book. About Harriet, whatever the hell last name he made up.
Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson is interesting because Percy Jackson kind of precedes the specific year or like small amount of years we're talking about. Yes, Harriet Porter. Yeah, but because Percy Jackson, I remember reading that when I was like in middle school, which means it was.
I do know that it did definitely have a place in Fandomstuck.
Yeah?
It did.
There were a
And
lot.
like,
Because of Viria. Because of Viria's overlap with the Percy Jackson fandom.
well, and someone mentioned Warrior Cats, which is like way older than you think. Like it's an
Yeah.
old ass fandom.
I was into Warrior
Like,
Cats and Ella when I was like 8 or 9 years
yeah,
old.
like it's had a lot of staying power as far as like having this like very like low key, like people still are fans of it, but like, and like kids are still getting into it. Like my daughter was really into Warrior Cats for a minute. Um and she's like 12 now. So yeah, like kids are still getting into it, even though it's been around for forever.
Yeah,
Warrior Cats just won't die.
I was also amazed to find that there was a Warrior Cats like AMV fandom or whatever, because I wasn't allowed like on the internet until well after I was in the Warrior Cats fandom. Well, I wasn't even in the fandom. I enjoyed it with my friends, and that was
right,
it.
exactly. Yeah, you were a Warrior Cats enjoyer, if you will.
The Warrior Cats fandom doesn't die, it joins StarClan. Is that how that goes?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
I've never engaged.
I don't know
with it.
anything about Warrior Cats.
That is the Warrior Cats equivalent of going God tier.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Warrior
I got it
Cats
right,
did
awesome.
make map culture.
They did. Yeah.
Multi-animator project
I
culture.
was gonna say, for clarity here, we are using the, I believe, older, stupid shorthand for pedophile term there. It is a multi-animator project.
I do remember that Waka Sword. Also, to be fair, Warrior Cats does share that honor with Naruto. Of like inventing AMVs.
Oh my god,
least.
if you get into anime fandoms, you're just never going to stop.
Oh,
Shout out to the dude that I sort of dated in high school who was like allergic to shirts, made his own swords, and was obsessed with Bleach and Naruto. Truly a compulsory heterosexuality experience.
You mean Dirk Strider?
I did maybe date men who I wanted to be several times, maybe.
Oh my god.
Did I date Dirk? Yeah, unfortunately I did date Dirk Strider. I made regrettable decisions when I was a teenager and included imprinting on Jane hard and then not understanding why people thought Dirk Jane was weird despite having weird gender transmasc relation bullshit going on. I was projecting hard and I was like, when you like two characters because you want their gender, they should kiss, right? That makes sense. That's a thing that makes sense to me, a 15-year-old.
That is how you do it. That's how you make things.
I've gotten better, don't worry.
Homestar Runner, yeah, like there is
Homestar
such a
Runner.
deep rabbit hole here that we could just go down for literally forever.
We had a much longer list, and we whittled it down to these 6. We had Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock on here individually. You could compare Elementary because it had a not insignificant following.
Yeah, it did have a little bit of a fandom, didn't it?
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh fuck yeah! You get into that stuff, and then you get into like the adjacent to different shows.
We haven't mentioned the MCU yet, but that was one that got pulled into.
Yeah, that was a big one.
AUs a lot. Like, specifically because we're talking about 2012, we're talking about The Avengers, parentheses 2012 fandom.
Yeah.
We are talking about Loki stans. We are talking about genius, playboy, billionaire, philanthropist stans. We are talking 2012, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Avengers Tower fic. Avengers Tower fic. Avengers Tower fic. I'm gonna cry. My name's Bucky. So does it Homestuck? Seems like it.
Yeah, to an uncomfortable degree.
Yes, so we forgot about Good Omens. That would be a descendant of Superhulk.
Oh my god.
Good Omens is a descendant of Supernatural.
It's a descendant of Supernatural and Doctor Who, isn't it?
Yeah, both. It's got David Tennant.
Pre-Winter Soldier era was a markedly different beast, and there was a lot of I just took down. I don't know. I have my beef with the MCU fandom and the directions it went after after the Winter Soldier and the Hydra infiltration reveal. That did a lot of things to people's brains that were bad.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the hope sign so much harder to draw than everything else? Dude, I literally open up the PNG and either trace over it or like draw half of it and then flip it around.
Yeah.
It's
Hannibal!
that one and Rage.
Oh God, Hannibal's a thing too. Okay, if we've gotta pick a doc scratch of the fandoms,
It's gotta be
be
Hannibal.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Hannibal.
Yeah, we talked about it tonight, I remember.
Yeah.
Hey, Janaya, how much do you think Mads Mikkelsen's rate to voice Doc Scratch would be?
God.
No.
Oh no, you're not cutting me out like that in my own project. That would be really cool.
God.
But no.
Friendsim 3.
Friendsim 3.
Mads Mikkelsen will be in Friendsim 3.
With all of the celebrity voice actors.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The McElroy brothers will be in Friendsim 3.
God no.
No, I would leave.
Which characters the McElroy's voice?
Zebedee, Zebra, and Marvis.
Fozzer.
Fozzer's a better choice. Fozzer's a better choice than Marvis. Fozzer's a better choice than Marvis.
Yeah,
Please don't murder me. Please don't kill me with a knife. Prepares to be subtweeted.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Actually, no, it's just Daft. Daft will just murder me.
Yes. Daft will murder you with their mind.
I want Griffin McElroy to voice Diamond circa Friendsim 1.
Oh my God.
I forgot about Diamond.
Oh my God.
None of them have the voice for Marvis. Yeah, no, none of
No,
them.
definitely not. No. No, they do not.
Think they do, but they sure as fuck don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Honorable mention Kuprum.
Yeah, that's fair. We could get Remy Malek to voice Malek.
Yeah.
That actually would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
That would be pretty good.
That's the whole character.
That's Marvis.
I want Sigourney Weaver to voice Polipa.
Oh hell yeah.
Now we're just like face claiming the fucking Friendsim trolls.
I think that's fun though. We've got time.
It is fun. Yeah.
Killing Eve is L word. Send tweet.
Yes.
God. I want to put Tessa Thompson in there somehow. Who can she be?
Thor Ragnarok specifically is.
I think that
no.
Tessa Thompson should voice Chixie.
I was gonna say Chixie. That works.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I would like to get the actress who plays Maeve from Westworld to do Skyla.
Thandie Newton. Or Tandy Newton, I guess is how she says her name. Yeah. Oh, I love her. She's the best. And yes, absolutely.
NPC arts, I thought you meant Griffin should voice White Diamond from MC or SU.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a brief moment thinking that you meant Diamond as in a Steven Universe character, and then my brain like kicked into gear and I'm like, no, you mean Demon, the character from Friendsim. The thing we're talking about.
Remember
the thing that makes sense.
Oh, Belmonts, we did bring up the Bim Bam fic earlier.
We did bring that up, yeah.
Okay,
so
for
context. You're referring to the original Bim Bam archives. We wrote another chapter of that because the author stopped writing it.
We wrote a chapter inspired by the premise of writing fan fiction about the McElroy brothers responding to things.
Right, and the original author of the Bim Bam archives commented on it.
God, we did.
They liked it.
Because it was just the McElroys respond to the supernatural, super.
To the Destiel, that has the super hell Destiel thing.
Queer baited for so many years.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out Cowboy Clickbait on Twitter for having the most transmasculine Dean Winchester to ever. That's just some good shit for my heart, personally.
If I had my, would have classified Red versus Blue. But I knew
that's a pretty old one too.
It's really old.
There was somebody...
and it goes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it was Nuclear who was gonna potentially do a Red versus Blue episode of Will and Homestuck.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get into it. I swear to God, I tried. I had.
You don't have to try to get into it. It is absolutely a 2003 kind of.
Yeah, and like it goes back even further than that because there's like machinima style stuff that's very similar with like the Quake characters from like the 90s. Like that they absolutely either were inspired by or literally were the same people that did that stuff. Like it goes back super far and like to because there was like a start of that like machinima thing in like the late 90s and early 2000s when you could first like do that, and they did something very similar to Red versus Blue but with like the Quake characters, except it was like way less well produced.
I just had a brain blast.
What's that?
Which is that if there was a session with Red versus Blue and they scratched, the descendant would be Ruby, because that's literally how it happened.
Oh my God, you're right.
I believe Quentin Reviews has a good Fallen Titans on machinima stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's on the channel specifically, machinima. I mean, the machinima as a concept, like that, because that predates the channel. Yeah,
it was about machinima, the concept, as well as like the.
Okay. I think I've seen it, but
season 3 of RVB is out, I guess.
What?
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They've been compiling the episodes into like movie length things on YouTube.
Okay.
No, because Red versus Blue
Has been
is
out for
on
a
its
long
like
time.
18th season.
Yeah.
God damn.
It kind of sucks because they forgot.
Oh my God.
They
wanna
made new
think
characters
about
and
video
things. It's like,
games.
please just make a different show. I have
God.
that, but that's
Well, we don't want to make a different show.
yeah.
Oh my God. We are now actually near the end of our slotted time. So do you want to like wrap this up and do promos and like last thoughts, or
Yeah, God, that was a good blast of the past, y'all. That was a concentrated Homestuck into my little as a vaccine into my little veins. Specifically a vaccine in medicine.
Right.
I would also like a shot.
I'm fully vaccinated. I would encourage everybody to find your local vaccination center if it is available in your country.
Vaccinate yourself against COVID-19 and Homestuck.
Homestuck. You can, and rabies, because Crow is running around the convention center and may infect you with rabies.
You want to vaccinate your body and your mind. There's the super deep sounding but not actually deep at all statement for the day.
Can you guys class back to The Simpsons?
Not in 5 minutes.
Not in 5 minutes. Something. The Simpsons is Gamzee adjacent because it's not allowed to die. Some tweet.
They are all Nacodiles.
They are all Nacodiles.
All of them are Nacodiles wearing different costumes.
Except for Bart, which is Fast Ever.
Yes.
I'm imagining like the little part on the intro where they run to the couch, except they're all Nacodiles.
They're all Nacodiles. Oh, that would actually be delightful.
That's the intro to Dr. Knack.
That's the intro to Dr. Knack, exactly.
Watch Dr. Knack, the television show about a Nacodile who is a doctor.
Who is also a doctor. Alrighty.
Okay.
This was fun. I had a lot of fun with this.
So we do. I'll just like cycle through this. I'll let you guys talk about the things until we get to my stuff. But the first thing that we got to briefly promo is the podcast we are co-hosting this with is Kansas's podcast, Homestuck Adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about it.
I don't update it very frequently, but what I do is I look at things that I like, that I think are tangentially similar to Homestuck in any way at all, and I talk about them, and then I do a sort of similar thing that Homestuck will do, and at the end I like class back and think about quadrants and just stuff like that.
Yeah. The field of Hushian analysis is ever growing, and we invite you to listen to Kansas. I don't think Kansas has called it Hushian analysis because your podcast precedes ours, I believe. But
it definitely wasn't a Homestuck specific podcast. It was a podcast.
That's fair.
But I did still do a lot of like class specting and things on that.
Nice.
Basically, if you like class specting things that aren't Homestuck and talking about Homestuck adjacent things, you should listen to Kansas's podcast and also do that yourself because it's fun to hear people's opinions.
It is fun.
Um, and then Janaya, I don't know if you want to briefly talk about Friendsim 2 for
Yeah.
anybody who's unaware.
For those of you who aren't aware, Friendsim 2 is a officially unofficial sequel to Friendsim and PesterQuest. We have 2 trailers out, one of which dropped on Friday for the Friday Expo on the Studio June YouTube channel. If you search for Friendsim 2 literally anywhere, it will show up, including it's like the first or second result on Google. So yeah, go to @friendsim2 or friendsim2.com. You can view the trailers. I've actually got to put the most recent trailer up on the website, which I will do after we get done with this.
And
But yeah, it's cool. Also, if you are a voice actor or if you draw backgrounds or end cards, we have applications open for people that do those things. So if you go to application.friendsim2.com, or there's a link right at the top of the main website, you can apply for those 2 things. We are asking to see a portfolio if you are an artist, and if you're a voice actor, you will provide auditions, as is tradition. But yeah, we've got a lot of voice roles open, so if you're interested in doing some voice work, it is a paid role. It's not a ton of money, but it's equivalent to like, an indie podcast kind of rate. So yeah, if you fancy yourself to do a little bit of voice acting, please, I encourage you to try out for as many of the roles as you'd like. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at.
I will say Janaya is generously funding this project out of basically her own pocket as well, and it's a big gesture of goodwill to the fandom, I think, and I don't know, I really appreciate it because I'm also getting paid for this.
I believe in the people in this fandom and what we can create, and I have been fortunate enough to have some disposable income that I can use to help fund this. So yeah, the roles are paid and the art is also paid. So yeah, if you want to make a little bit of money and you want to do some cool art for a game that I think is going to be really awesome, yeah, I'd encourage you to apply. We will have applications open through the 12th of August, so you have some time to put together your voice reel and like get your recording set up all set. So you don't have to worry about rushing yourself. You've got a couple of months.
Absolutely no rush. The next thing that Janaya and Kansas are working on is New Game Plus, which is a continuation of Homestuck after Act 7 as a visual novel in which 5,000 years have passed, and the people who survived the game have made it to Earthsea. But Earthsea is not the way that they remember Earth being at all. In fact, it may be a little communist. And maybe, just maybe, the society on that planet is geared towards taking care of people a little better. So yeah, there's a trailer up on YouTube, also produced by Studio June, same studio that's doing New Game Plus, but we're taking a bit of a different approach to how we're doing the game. It's hsnewgameplus.com, same handle for Twitter and Tumblr. This game is actually approaching its 1-year conception anniversary. That's a thing. 1-year anniversary of when we came up with the idea in July or so, if not sooner.
Yeah, it was awesome because I actually heard about New Game Plus and got involved through SawCon last year.
Yep,
that is true. Yeah,
because we opened applications for New Game Plus last whatever it was, July 20th when SawCon was. So yeah, we owe a lot to SawCon, I would say.
Yeah, we do. It's definitely.
And then obviously we're hosted on the Will It Homestuck Twitch, but Will It Homestuck is a podcast and a YouTube channel that does varying types of media analysis. You can go to willithomestuck.com to find out more about our about the podcast. You can find cheat sheets of our character analysis. I saw Kit linked us, I think, to somebody mentioned the Vriska diagnosis cheat sheet. But if you want to know how to diagnose Vriska, how to find a Gamzee, how to determine Avantis, which is coming next week soon, that's a thing I do. Also, if you want to support the show and you also want to get merch, we have some cool merch, including the aforementioned diploma of a master's in Hushian analysis that Janaya has.
Yeah, exactly. I have a PhD.
A PhD. You have an honorary PhD.
I'm one of the signatory professors on that master's degree you're talking about.
I am. You can also get a lipstick chainsaw lesbian shirt, a diagnosed with Vriska shirt.
Nice.
Well, Homestuck Blender, look, a tiny Bucky sticker, whatever. It's Pride Month. I'm gay. I'm small. I would like a few
Yeah.
dollars. I don't have an artist alley, so this is my plug.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I think that's the end of my presentation. So we got 3 minutes. If anybody wants to ask us some questions real quick, we will do our best to answer. I don't know if we're gonna hang out after the slot, but we're not like blocking anybody's panel on like a Discord. Discord channel, so we'll probably hang out here. I'll probably hang out in here for 5-10 more minutes and then close it down. But oh yeah, and then one more thing. Kansas is going to be Mara in the Times Apprentice show this evening, and Janaya shows up as an NPC, and Janaya did a lot of legwork with Anna editing the video together, and Kansas did all the art. So
not all the art.
It's Kansas did a lot of the art.
I did a lot.
Daft did
a
art
decent amount of
too.
the art. It features art from a lot of people actually. But it is. We put so much work into this. Please watch this musical. It's really good.
It's so
good, you guys.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really amazing. As Bucky said,
You're gonna get some new favorite songs tonight if you
watch the music is fantastic. Yeah, I've been doing the video editing for the musical. And as mentioned, Kansas is Mara, and who's the main character. For reference, for those who haven't previously engaged with Times Apprentice. Also, we have someone saying they have a question in chat. Yes, please go ahead.
Also, real fast, this musical is, I think it was Anna's bachelor's thesis, I believe. So
it's is the only Homestuck musical approved by actual Broadway directors.
Yes.
Do you do anything to take care of your voice? Oh, that's an interesting question.
Well, I smoke a lot of weed, so I'm not a good person to ask about this. Slippery elm bark tea is good for soothing your throat when you have a sore throat, and that is one of the things that has saved my voice when doing things like voicing a lot of echoes and having to get my voice all the way down here after like a lot of yelling.
Yeah, I would say
like a lot of weed.
Yeah, avoid yelling. If you want to make your voice louder, like project from your chest so that you're increasing the volume of air, but not like screaming with your throat, because that will blow your voice out real fast, and it sucks ass. And yeah, warm tea, honey is good. I like warm tea with like citrus in it, or lemon water. I like lemon water.
Avoid dairy products. Avoid crying. Keep yourself hydrated. Keep like humidifier in your bedroom. Definitely. I used to sing a lot more, and then I became a degenerate stoner. So I played Carcat in JoJo Funk McLovin's The Baby Is June.
You do play Carcat.
2 separate people, maybe 3 people, said my Carcat voice was sexy, and that has sustained me for a long time.
I don't know if that's better or worse than the number of people who really like my Doc Scratch voice.
You sure did voice Doc Scratch in Friendsome 2.
I am Doc Scratch's voice actress for Friendsome 2. Yes.
God, The Baby Is June is so fun. Please don't let the number of takes that I had to do to sing something in my gravid womb without laughing my fucking ass off go to vain.
Wait, we have, oh my goodness, can you do the voices real quick? So I guess that's a Carcat and Doc Scratch request?
I guess so. You probably have more Doc Scratch lines off the top of your head. I'm gonna pull up my own fic and get some
I don't know
dialogue.
why you would assume that, Mr. Vantus. I can't imagine why you would think that I would have anything off the top of my head at all.
Now, I will have you know that it's talking about people's bodily parts as though everyone has the same bodily parts is highly problematic and also discriminatory against our compatriots and comrades who are not as able-bodied as we are. I will kindly ask you, Sir Scratch, to take a seat and to consider your privilege in this situation.
Very bold of you to assume that you can dictate anything that I do. I'm afraid, Mr. Vantus, that it's time for you to go.
Oh, thank God, he was annoying the shit out of me. Sorry, I panicked and defaulted to my boy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was delightful.
Carcat burns
That
the
was
fuck out of
fun.
my voice.
Yeah, Carcat is hard.
Baby Carcat.
Oh fuck, baby Carcat.
I love
Baby
Baby Carcat.
Carcat. I can do this voice for like 30 seconds before it destroys it.
Please read The Progeny for more Baby Carcat.
Read The Progeny by Anna, who is the composer and writer of Time's Apprentice. And also a writer on Friendsum 2, and also the voice director on Friendsum 2.
And also a voice actor on Friendsum 2.
And also a voice actress on Friendsum 2. Yes, we all know each other and get involved in each other's projects all the time. That's just the Homestuck fandom.
I
Oh my god.
Fandom is better with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.